Hey guys, Zach here. It's been a crazy week for adding knives to my collection. I've got a couple of them out here on the table. But the one I want to show you today, I want to show off, is the Peter Rassenti SNAFU. Now this particular version is the Triple Aught Design version, special version made for Triple Aught Design by Peter. And I was lucky enough to have my name pulled in their drawing last Friday, and this beautiful knife showed up Wednesday. Now if you're not familiar with Peter, Peter is a custom knife maker out of Canada, and he's known for some of his work with integrals. As you can see, this is an integral, which means this is a solid piece of titanium. This handle is milled from a solid block of titanium, and this is his latest and greatest, the SNAFU. Now I got on Peter's books maybe 6 months ago. The second I saw the SNAFU, the design, I knew I had to have one. And so this is actually the first Rassenti I was able to get my hands on. I have tried in the past, but I've been unsuccessful up to this point. So when Peter opened his books about 6 months ago, of course I jumped on. This is one that I just felt I had to have. And I'm told I'm still a little bit out on his list for his standard version SNAFU, so I jumped in the drawing on Friday, and voila, won this baby. Now once I got this knife, I was thinking, well, maybe this is a tad version. I could flip this one for a little bit of a profit. Don't hate. Don't hate. I don't determine the market. Flip this one for a little bit of a profit and use it to fund my my standard version direct from Peter. But once I got it here and once I got it in hand, I just knew I couldn't get rid of it. I knew I had to keep it. It's this is a special knife for sure. Obviously I don't have the standard version here to show you, but some of the differences between the TAD version and the standard version, from what I can tell from pictures online, is this swedge is a little bit different. It's on the TAD version, it's a little further up. The Triple Aught Design version, at least according to their website, is S35VN blade steel, and I think his standard versions are in CTSXHP. The TAD version has the standard 3 lines, which is kind of 3 milled in lines, which is kind of along the lines of the Dauntless. It's kind of like a TAD Triple Aught Design trademark at this point. The 3 milled in lines, where Peter's standard version I think has five milled in lines of different lengths. This Triple Aught Design version also has the contoured handles. The standard version has a little bit more of a square handle with a bevel, whereas this one you could see is nicely contoured. This is just a fantastic knife. I'll give you guys a good look at it. You can see you've got satin flats there, a nice stone wash on the main bevel, Triple Aught Design logo. Just really good jimping up here on the spine. And when I first saw this knife, I knew this was a big knife, so let's just take a step back and talk about specs. The blade on this is over 4 inches long. It's about 6 and a half, maybe a little bit more than 6.5 ounces. So this is not a small knife. I of course am no stranger to carrying a large knife, depending on how it carries, how it feels in my pocket. This particular one surprised me when I got it. I figured that the handle would be thicker and that it would be a little bit more bulky, but it really, for being a large knife, the handle is very, very well proportioned. Just fits so good in the hand. The other thing I was curious about was this gear pattern kind of here that he has towards the hilt, and I was thinking that if your pinky got on that could be pretty rough, but as you can see, your entire hand fits right here in this part of the handle. It just fits in there so perfectly that this is totally a non-issue, this gear pattern here. So you might be wondering, why exactly is that there? You know, is it just an artistic thing? I'm not sure, to be honest, but what I've noticed is when I have this knife in my pants and I go to pull it out, my pinky hook's on right here onto this gear traction, and I can pull the knife out really easily with that bit of traction. So I don't know if that's what Peter had intended, but functionally it works great for deploying the knife out of a pocket. Give you a look at the pocket clip, titanium pocket clip, Peter's logo there in the lock bar relief cut. Really, I'll put the full specs down below, but I just wanted to kind of show this thing off. This is a beautiful knife. This is I don't throw around the word grail haphazardly, but when I saw this knife originally, the SNAFU, I knew right then and there that it had become one for me. It really, this is beyond my expectations. Now that I have one in hand, I will not be getting rid of. You know, of course I do have another one coming. I'm not sure if I'll keep both, but this is a centerpiece of my collection, by far. By far. Just a perfect D10. Oh, perfect flipping action. Rides on GTC bearings, so it's a caged bearing system, kind of like the KVT that Kershaw uses, except for the race on these GTC bearings is stainless, whereas the KVT, which is Kershaw's proprietary name, you can see I also picked up a 777. The KVT is a similar type of bearing. It's a bearing in a race, a thrust bearing, but it's encaged in a like a polymer. Whereas the bearings of this particular beautiful knife are caged in stainless race. Look at that pivot there. You know, all the hardware is high polished. The thumb studs, or well, really they're not thumb studs, they're blade stops. But you can see there, they even have a nice little detail in there. Nice little groove cut out. Just a fantastic, phenomenal knife. I know I'm beating a dead horse with that, but I love this thing. I absolutely love it. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, post them below. Again, I'll post the full specs. And have a great day. Talk to you later.